Yes, today we are talking about function of a single variable. Function can be defined as a relationship between variables. A function is a set of order pair which relate to set such that to each element of one set there is only one element of the second set. A function is a mapping from a set of input to exactly one output. Example, area of a circle A is a function of its radius r. A particular area is equal to pi times r square. Infant mortality rate in a country may be considered a function of a quality of its health care. GDP may be considered to be a function of investment. GDP means gross domestic product. A function can be represented in several ways: by using a formula, using a graph, using a table. Variable are any constant or uncommon elements of a given function. Example, f of x is equal to x plus 1. Types of variables. There are two types of variables, which are independent variable and dependent variable. Independent variable is a type of variable which cannot depend on other variables but can be itself. Example, y is equal to x plus 2. X is the independent variable which cannot depend on y. Dependent variables is a type of variables which can depend on other variables. Example, y is equal to x plus 2. Y is dependent variables which can depend on the value of x. We often use a separate letter to denote the value of the function f at x. e.g., y is equal to fx. X is called the independent variables or the argument of f. Y is called dependent variable. In economic application, we often think of x as exogenous variable and y as endogenous variable. The following are examples for functions, we starting from one to another as follows. Linear function are function of the form of fx is equal to ax plus b, where a and b are real number and a is not equal to 0. Example, draw the graph of fx is equal to 2x plus 1. This is a linear function. Show the three steps of function. There is equation function, a table function, and a graph function. A linear relationship between the value x and y takes the form of y is equal to ax plus b. A and b are constants. The graph of this equation is a straight line. If we denote by f the function that assign y to x, we have f of x is equal to ax plus b. If f is called a linear function, the constant a is called the slope of the function and of the line. The constant b is called the intercept of the function and of the line. Number 2 is quadratic equation. Quadratic equation are a function of the form of ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, where a, b, c are elements of real number and a is not equal to 0. A general quadratic function can be represented as f of x is equal to ax square plus bx plus c. With a, b, and c constant, a is not equal to 0. The graph of a quadratic function is called a parabola. The point of the intersection of a parabola with the x-axis satisfies f of x is equal to 0, and are the called zeros of a quadratic function if d is equal to b square minus 4ac is greater or equal to 0 and a not equal to 0. Then ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0 represent x is equal to negative b plus or minus radical d over 2a. fx is equal to ax square plus bx plus c attain it is optimum at x is equal to negative b over 2a. If a is greater to 0, this is the minimum. If a is less to 0, this is the maximum. Cubic function are a function of the form of ax cubic plus bx squared plus cx plus d is equal to 0, where a, b, c, d are elements of real number and a is not equal to 0. For example, draw a graph of f of x is equal to x cubic. Polynomial function. The function of p defined as all x by p of x is equal to an xn plus an minus 1 xn minus 1 plus sometimes until you get a of 0, whereby a is constant, an is not equal to 0, is called the general polynomial of green n. The equation is called general nth order equation. This equation has at most n real solution called roots. Every polynomial can be written as a product of polynomial of first or second degree. Graph of exponential function. Exponential function are functions which are in a form of ln of something power 4x or a power x, where a are a number and a not equal to 0. Example, draw the graph of ln power x. A quantity that increases or decreases by the fixed factor per unit of time is said to increase or decrease exponentially. Exponential function is defined by the formula f of t is equal to a capital letter or a small letter power t, where a capital letter, a small letter are greater to 0 are constant. Note that f of t plus 1 is equal to a f of t. Exponential functions are used to describe economic growth, population growth, and continuously compound interest. Graph of logarithm represented as are shown here in natural logarithm. Another one is a power function. A power function has the form of fx is equal to x power r, where r is an integer. Basic rules: x power r, x power s is equal to x power r plus s. X power r bracket s is equal to x power rs. Equation of xn is equal to a has a unique positive solution denoted by root of something.